Hello guys, welcome back to today's class. In the last class, we have covered everything regarding the basics of computer, like what are all the components and how we are measuring them. Everything we have covered. So today we are starting with the basics of computer. So by the end of this video, you will understand what the network is, and how the network works and what protocols and ports are, and what are all the differentiate between HTTP and HTTPS. So everything you will understand by the end of this video. Let's get started. So what is network? What is network? Okay, so a collection of devices connected together forms a network. Okay, which means let's take an example. Okay, so in your home, okay, your Wi-Fi is connected with all your home devices, right? For example, your TV, your phone, your mom's mobile phone. So it is connected with all the devices, right? So we call it as network. So this is basically a group of computers or devices that are connected so they can communicate with each other. Okay, let's take another easy example. WhatsApp group. In WhatsApp group, all the people are there, right? Your friends, your family, your relatives are there in one group just to communicate with each other, right? So we call it as network. Okay, let's write the example here. Example: Wi-Fi network connects your laptop, phone, and smart devices. If you are near to your Wi-Fi router, then you can share things with your devices. But if you are far away, you can't share the things with Wi-Fi, right? It will not work if you go far away. Okay. For that time, we need internet. Okay. So what is internet? What is internet? Collection of network connected together globally is called internet. Okay. Internet is like a huge network of networks all over the world. It connects millions of networks so that devices everywhere can communicate. Okay. For example, if you want to access any website which is there in US, then you can use network. You cannot access it over Wi-Fi router, right? So at the time we need internet. Okay. That is the difference between the network and the internet. Network is used to connect the devices and used to communicate with each other, but internet is used to connect the networks. Okay, so you can access every data globally which is there in globally. Okay, so this is the main purpose of internet. Next thing we are going to learn about protocol. So what is protocol? Okay, so for everything we have some set of rules and regulation, right? So protocol means is same. Protocol means set of rules and regulations that needs to be followed while transferring the data from one end to other end. For example, if you're driving a car, then you should follow some protocol, right? Let's say if you don't wear seat belt, what the police will do? They will catch you. Okay, so it will just break your seamless travels. If you get caught by police, then you cannot reach the destination as per your scheduled time. Okay, it will break your travel timing, right? It will waste your time. So if you wear the seat belt, if you follow the protocol, then you will reach the destination with the scheduled time, right? So this is called as protocol. For everything we have some protocol. Here, while transferring the data, we have some protocols. So we will see about what are all the types of protocols and why we are using them, when we need to use everything you will see. Okay. So let's learn the first protocol, which is called as HTTP. So what is HTTP? Okay. HTTP is one of the protocol used for transferring data from web browser to server. So what is web browser? So what is the destination you wanted to see? I mean, what is the result you wanted to see? That is called as web browser. For example, www.google.com, and you wanted to see Amazon website or anything. Okay, they are called as web browser. So what is the server? Server is nothing, just a computer connected with the network. Okay, so what this HTTP will do is it works on request and response method, which means whatever the data requested by the user, okay, the HTTP port will send the data to the web server, and the web server will show the result to the user back. So this kind of request and response method is called as HTTP. Okay, so you ask the server a data, and the server will authenticate and send the response back. So this is called as HTTP, and we also call it as server client architecture. So in the interview, you might get this question, so be prepared. But this HTTP protocol is pretty old. We are not using it now because we cannot make sure whatever the web browser we are trying to search is secure or not. So there is no security in HTTP. That's why we moved to HTTPS. HTTPS is same like HTTP along with the security. So it is more secure than HTTP. That's why everyone moved to HTTPS. So it is also one of the protocol. Okay. But this is more secure. So what this HTTPS will do? It provides additional security. How it is providing the security? What it will do? It will generate certificate to verify, and provide security. So, who will have this certificate? That web browser owner will have this certificate. Okay. And they have to renew that certificate for every year. That is different concept, but you just need to know it contains additional security and it will generate a certificate to verify. Okay. So the next thing we are going to see about is port. So what are ports? Ports means, for example, okay, if you are accessing something, if you are accessing some web browser, okay, what the ports will do is the server, the specific server, which is computer, right? The specific server will expect to come from specific gate. We call it as ports. Let me explain more clearly. For example, if you want to move to another city, you need some vehicle, right? You need some intermediator to make you reach to the destination place, right? It can be bike or it can be bus, it can be anything, right? Similarly, if you want to access a web browser, then you need some specific gate to access them. The server will expect you to come from that specific gate. We call it as ports. Okay. So all the protocols are run in different ports. For example, HTTP is running in 80, port number 80, and HTTPS is running in port number 443. HTTP is running in port number 80 and HTTPS is running in 443. Okay. So similarly, we have more protocols and we will see about everything in the later session. So this is the main two protocol. That's why I am covering this today itself. So today we learned networking, what is network, what is internet, what is protocol, HTTP and HTTPS. These are all the building blocks of networking, and in the next video we will go somewhat more deeper. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.